How come we wink? What does it mean to wink? A wink can indicate 1,000 different things, just to how a picture can convey 1,000 words. Long before Elvis perfected the technique, a discreet wink would make people swoon, but winks aren't always a sign of flirtation. In actuality, a wink's connotation can vary greatly based on situation and society. Given this, the wink may be the most ambiguous gesture ever utilized in communication. Learn how and why people wink in this video, as well as the different connotations of winks around the world: flirty, amusing, and disturbing, as well as what to do if you find yourself winking uncontrollably. Let's get going. How come we wink? The act of winking has no clear origin because it is so subtly done and can imply many different things. We wink to express affection, make someone laugh, spill a secret, among countless other reasons. In person, emails, and text messages, we exchange winks. According to Emojipedia.org, yeah, that's a thing, the winking face emoticon was accepted as a part of Unicode 6.0 in 2010 and included to Emoji 1.0 in 2015. When we wink, the orbicularis oculi muscle, which is activated by impulses from the facial motor nucleus, contracts when a person winks. No amount of practice will be effective if the link between these two hubs is too weak. Some people can wink with only one eye while others can only blink with both. Rihanna, a pop diva and all-around queen, startled the world when it was learned that she was unable to wink. Ocular dominance is the ability to blink with one eye, but not the other. How is ocular dominance different from using your dominant hand or foot to walk? Different regions of the brain control the two. The area of your brain that manages your field of vision regulates your ocular dominance. What does it mean to wink? They say a wink is just a wink, but this is rarely the case. A wink can be playful, flirtatious, or, depending. The context, the surroundings, and most importantly, the two persons involved all affect what a wink means. It involves a group communication. Depending on the situation, the timing, and the relationship between the one giving the wink and the person receiving it, a wink may be suitable or not. A wink may occasionally be more accurately described as a facial tic or eye twitch brought on by stress, drink, or any number of other factors. The takeaway from all of these instances is that it is impossible to predict how the general public will react once the wink has been broadcast. It's one of the most diverse, ambiguous behaviors there is, which is kind of a great counterpart to what little psychologists do know about it. A wink can be flirty, lecherous, malevolent, friendly, conspiratorial, flirtatious, or practically anything else. Actually, the mysterious wink emoji can do the same. On the other hand, a wink is not the preferred method of conveying a specific message. It is unnecessary. It's done on purpose. It is less natural and, as a result, more difficult to comprehend. He stated in an email that the blinking eyelids represent the body's windshield wipers. Here's what we know about that signaling, and what we don't. Winking includes the hijacking of the biological maintenance behavior of blinking in the service of social communication. Similar to handedness, winking also denotes whether you are a righty or a lefty. Although our bodies may appear to be symmetrical, this is not the case underneath. We often write with one hand, kick with one foot, and elevate the same corner of our mouth when we grin involuntarily. The same is true of our preference for one eye over the other, a condition known as ocular dominance. Which eye are you using if you were briefly peering through a telescope or a camera's viewfinder? Your dominant eye is the one on which your brain focuses more of its visual processing. The non-dominant eye is probably the one that feels more comfortable winking. However, there are those folks who just can't do it. It is appropriate to define the words here. A wink, or one-eyed blink, occurs when you flex the orbicularis oculi, a face muscle that regulates eyelid movement. The facial motor nucleus, a collection of neurons in the brain stem that helps you do everything from smile to wrinkle your brow, controls the motion, as it does with all facial movements. Different subgroups of neurons inside the nucleus regulate various muscles, with more activity concentrated on the lower half of the face. This explains why bending your mouth in a particular way seems easier than bending your eyebrows in the same way. You truly have no control over what someone interprets as a wink. The most common explanations: the wink was intended to express gratitude, or it was a symbol of friendliness, or it was a flirtatious gesture. The notion that the winker had an eye condition, was attempting to be cool, or was expressing some bizarre ulterior motivation were some theories that were lower on the totem pole. One person said that they didn't actually want to know the time. We are aware that the very same eye movement, coming from the exact same person, can appear to be a variety of distinct things. The study's authors noted that in some situations, winking is perceived as an involvement behavior, something that fosters rapport between two people, similar to leaning in or making eye contact. Others describe it as a reinforcement behavior, highlighting another aspect of the social encounter, such as using it to express gratitude even when you have already done so vocally. Sometimes a wink is taken to mean something more repulsive. The uncertainty that surrounds winking is also what makes something creepy. When someone acts in an unusual way that makes them seem unpredictable, we find them to be creepy. This makes it more difficult to judge whether or not they pose a threat. The same is true when someone winks at you. If you and a friend are, for example, making subtle fun of someone who is unaware that they are being made fun of, it's not difficult to interpret that the wink of a friend could be interpreted as, "Hey, we're the only ones in on this joke." But if a complete stranger performs it on the metro, you won't have the same contextual background to understand the action, which is why winks can go horribly wrong so quickly. One student said, "At least now I know that a wink isn't simply a wink, but it's unclear what exactly a wink is."